Hello and welcome to the very first HaloTracks tutorial ever. My name is Lejefe and we're excited to finally bring you guys a series like this to our YouTube channel. And it's been a long time coming. You know, this channel has been around for a while, but throughout Halo 5 we're going to be making a huge commitment in bringing this channel back into the fold and to bringing HaloTracks in general back into the fold. And this of course means the introduction of some new series as well as the continuation of some older ones that we try to get off the ground but couldn't, largely because of the issues presented to us by the Master Chief Collection. But I digress. And in this HT tutorial, we're going to explore the outer reaches of Recurve, which is a big team battle map forged on the Glacier canvas. And now, the Glacier canvas itself is an utterly breathtaking map to explore. And while we were driving around a mongoose, or I guess a gun goose in this case, we were having acres of fun, and I say that word literally because Glacier is huge. It's an enormous canvas. It's probably about half the size of Forge World, and I know that once Forge comes out, this canvas is going to really present the entire forging community with a plethora of creative opportunity. And now this exploit uses discrepancies in the map's kill boundaries. So start by selecting Recurve from the menu. We don't have direct access to Glacier as of yet, so we need to go through the actual map of Recurve and then break out of that. And we're not necessarily breaking the map to do this. Recurve is actually staying the exact same. So this has more to do with the actual game type settings, so that's what we're going to be configuring. So enable Deathless for your Spartans since we don't want us to die after we get impacted with a grenade. And then you also want to set your grenade knockback up to as high as it can go. And then your explosion radius should also be set at its maximum input value as well. And the damage may not be completely necessary for this, but I do have it maxed out just in case. Now set your thruster pack speed to its maximum value, put the recharge duration, recharge delay, and activation cost all at 10%, and this is just going to make it a little bit easier and a little bit more speedy to get out of the map. You also want to put your jump height at 300% and then lower the gravity down to 10%, and this will help you get out of the map to chase down the Gungoose after you've blown it away. And now this one is a little bit more optional. Go to your starting weapon settings and set each grenade to its maximum value. A lot of guys like to use frag grenades. Myself, I prefer using plasma grenades to get out of the map, but I do set every grenade up to its max value just to give me a little bit more cushion in case that I make a mistake, and that might be a good idea for you to do as well. And then after you've configured your grenade settings, go ahead and enter the map settings and then just turn on indestructible vehicles and you are good to go. So now all that's left is getting out of Recurve. So park your gun goose on top of red base and orient yourself slightly towards the mountain pass. And you want to be careful not to blow the mongoose too far to the left because you will hit Recurve's actual kill boundaries. And then once you have the gun goose pointed the right way, throw a grenade behind the mongoose. If you're using plasma grenades, don't stick the mongoose, and if you're using a frag grenade, don't put it directly under it. And the reason why is you want the gun goose to go far, not necessarily high. And if you stick it or throw the frag right underneath it, it will send the gun goose a little bit too high and you could end up hitting a soft kill barrier on the map, which would kill you. And after all of that is said and done, the last thing for you to do is just to jump and boost your way over to exactly where your gun goose landed. And while you go explore, I think you'll find that Glacier is a phenomenally built canvas. You'll also have a degree of difficulty in really appreciating the scale of this canvas until you find yourself next to some of the elevation changes within the terrain itself. And namely, I'm speaking of the cliffs and hills that just dot the playable space. But with that will conclude our tutorial. I want to thank you all for giving this a watch, and I have no doubt that a lot of amazing racetracks are going to be made on this particular canvas. All we need is Forge, and the creation will spark itself. But for now, we can become a little bit more familiar with this new mongoose by exploring these maps. And we can also get out of Deadlock, and that will be our next tutorial here. But I want to thank you all so much for giving this a watch, and I also want to extend some courtesy out to one of our members, I'm So Shitface, for being the first in our community to make this public and to let us know that this was something that we could do. And we will be back, of course, with more tutorials, especially after Forge drops. But until then, take care and happy exploring.